Happy Saturday. Hi, good morning, guys. There's no one there right now. It is a Saturday and I am working from home today. Um, I'm experiencing a lot of things right now. Like I'm not feeling 100%. I don't feel like I'm sick, but I am feeling a little sniffles. And I don't know, I think it's sinus, but I'm trying to fight it because I still want to go live. And I was just wanting to discuss, this weight loss journey that we continue to try each and every year, and we fail each and every year. This is my 100th or 10,000th time attempting weight loss. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there anyone out there who has been having the same situation or who has actually tried weight loss and conquered, unlike me. I am still busy at work. I will be wearing my sunglasses, but these are prescribed glasses so I can see. Right now, I'm struggling to see very well in order for me to work. I am at work, so whoever is there, welcome. Oh, I think you can see my eyes. I need more sleep, guys. I need more sleep. Oof. My eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I think this is too high. Try. Okay. Which one is this? This better. That's better. I think that's better. How about I listen to some music? Hi, good morning. Happy Saturday. I was just waiting for someone to be there. Guys, I am asking the question, have you ever had to deal with weight loss or attempt weight loss in your lifetime? I've been a big girl for the longest time. I am currently at work. A call might come in and I won't be able to continue the conversation. But have you ever attempted weight loss and maybe you succeeded at a certain time, but then you fail or you go back, like your body goes back to uh, your original size? I am struggling. Okay, if you can tell from my title, this is my 100th or 20 million thousandth time of attempting to lose weight. I am, I keep failing. Like, I want to know what is the recipe instead of the sugar recipe or the food recipe that I'm always requesting and gaining weight over. I want to know what is the recipe to lose this weight. So I'm gonna wear my sunglasses. These are not really sunglasses, they are glasses for me to see, but I don't have my normal. They are at work and I'm getting a call. I'll answer to Lorenzo is in the building. Just one moment. Let me answer the call. Oh no. Please call me back. I'm sorry. Lorenzo. Ah, Lorenzo, Lorenzo just called me a beautiful princess and then wrote my name wrong. Good morning, my darling. How are you? Told you join me for exercise. Then the only problem is I am grateful for the invite, Lorenzo. I just don't want to do it somewhere that I enjoy. I just want to keep the beach. for enjoyment, then I have to designate a place for torture. Working out for me is torture. So I can't be taking what I hate to somewhere that I love, somewhere I'm supposed to relax and chill. Otherwise, I am more than willing. I am more than willing. Ah, no, I don't want to be tortured. The beach is for laying down, swimming, minimal, very minimal walking. So please allow me. So yeah, guys, happy Saturday to anyone who's out there. I just want to find out: have you guys tried to lose weight? Did you succeed? What plan did you use? Because I feel like now I'm gonna try the intermittent fasting. That did help me, I think, a year or 2 years ago. But the only problem is always starting. My mind is like, don't do it. I always feel comfortable. You know, when you so comfortable in your body, not even your body, rather your routine. I am so comfortable with my routine. It's a mess right now. So yeah, I feel like if I start and Lorenzo finally gives me a good location, then we can proceed. Like I'll do much better. My eyes. I am tired. As soon as I start, I know I can definitely do this. But for now, it's that initial starting phase. It really, really sucks. It really sucks. As soon as I get that momentum to get going, then I know I can do it. Is it not time to listen to music? I can't see. Please don't judge me. It's not like I'm trying to be cool. I just can't see. What are you saying? Okay, I'm getting another call. Good morning. You're speaking to Rose. I can assist you. I'm well, thank you. How are you? What time is what time are you outside the door or outside the gate? The door. Okay. What time does the booking start? The time. Oh, okay. So 22 minutes now. Can I please have your worker ID so I can just try and get in contact with the client for you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me get in contact with the client. I'll call you back. Okay. I just want to find out what's happening. You mentioned you were ringing the bell. Are you ringing the bell from outside the gate or by the door? Okay, sure. I'll call you back. Thank you. Bye. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday and not working during time you're supposed to be chilling. Rejoice. Just to make a call to the client and find out what is happening. The poor girl is outside. Oh, so you dropped my call. Let's see, email. think my neighbors are starting to wake up now. I can hear the babies. I can hear the babies crying and okay, so what is your name? Try one more time. Lady, answer your phone. Goodness. Did I send it? No. This person is not answering her phone. Hi, good morning, Rejoice. It's Rose again, sorry. So I just attempted to get in contact with the client now, but it just rings to voicemail. Actually, it doesn't even go to voicemail. It disconnects. So I have sent the client an email. We will have to wait for her to at least read her email. So if by what time is it now? 8:40. So let's give her 15 minutes. By 8:40 she does not open for you, then please get in contact with us and just let us know so we can cancel the booking for you, okay? Nice. All right, perfect. Thank you then. Bye for now. Righty then. On to the next call. Hamo Koli. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? I am working at the same time, guys. I'm not gonna be here for long, but I just wanted to have the conversation of the failing attempts that I've been having with my weight loss. What is this now? Oh gosh. Okay, I can't multitask clearly. Can't talk and type and read at the same time. Am I not a woman? What does this mean? Hmm, okay, just gonna listen to a bit of music. What's happening? Randy. Hmm.
Wish I could see you right now, but you're so far away. It's driving me crazy. I miss you, baby. In the way you touch me, and I can't think I've ever felt before. That's how I know I am yours. Now is the time to relax your mind. Waited for too long. I'm waiting to rise the night before. Darling, you right. You know what I wanna do. I wanna give it to you. And wish you touch me. I can hardly wait till you touch me. I want you so, you can make me lose control. So let's just keep, baby. I'm gonna ask you for sure. Will you please touch me? Coming to see you, I'm wearing the dress that you like out. Be on the first plane I'll go when I get there. I promise. I haven't been sleeping. No, I've been thinking about the way you touch me. I'm losing all self-control. Feels like I'm letting go. And I'm loving every minute. Now is the time to relax your mind. Go and unwind. Waiting for too long. I'm ready to rise the night. Darling, you right. Know what I wanna do. Wanna give it to you, baby. Really wish you wait. And the way that you touch me can't keep me alone. Till you touch me, I want you so. Make me lose control. Baby, let's keep pushing. Will you please touch me? Feeling I'm yearning for you. I'm thinking of you all day. Set me up. Now that wanted to give me all of it. You baby. And the way that you touch me, I can't hardly wait anymore. If you touch me, I want you so. When I think of you,
Oh gosh. Sorry. I do not know why mornings always torture me. I'm all An Advert with Chris Brown's voice. Is it a song? Mm-mm-mm. It's Brandy's turn, please. Thank you. No, no, no. Please read. It's telling me new incidents. Sing along.
The way I feel, nobody knows, but it's for real. I can feel it. I do. Oh, nobody knows that I miss you. Nobody knows, but it's the truth. I can feel it. I do. You cannot pretend that I've even met you. Can I know better? You've been away from me for too long. It's time for you to come on home. No one can say what's right for me.
Sally, good morning. Hi, dear. How are you? Do you relate to the topic that I wrote there? Have you attempted to lose weight a number of times and failed? Or maybe succeeded? What is your secret? If you have one, please let me know. I need it desperately.
No one can see how much I can need you. I do. Nobody sees the tears I cry. No one is there to dry my eyes. I need you. I do. Even matter. I know better. Away from me for too long. For you to come home. Yeah. Say what is right for me. Hasn't been my life. You to come on over. I'll be waiting. 'Cause without you, baby, it's driving me crazy. No one
Where did I take this from?
I don't care what they say about you. They don't know how I feel for you. Don't care what they say about me. I am nothing. It's driving me. I'm so lost. Baby, are you crazy? Driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. I want you in my life, I do. You show me what your love can do. Can't forget I'm so grateful for you. So grateful for you. Hey.
Oh, emails. Gosh, I don't know why.
Don't you leave me, baby, baby, don't you leave me never leave me, never leave me. Uh, Need you in my life, I need you in my life right now. Need you in my life, I need you in my life right
Better.
now. Don't you leave me, baby, baby, don't you leave me, never leave me, never leave me.
Oh,
Don't
too
tell
much.
me you want out of this. Don't say it's time for us to quit. Don't say goodbye, this can't be it. Baby, please, cause it's not worth it.
I'm cold.
Came into my life, and it's so funny how you made everything right. And now you're saying to me, I'm gonna make right. What did I do? Did I hurt you? Baby, can you tell me how to try it right? Let me say I never meant to make you cry. If anything, I'm into purify your style. How did I go wrong? My love is strong, and all I ever wanted was you. Don't tell me you want all of this. Don't say it's time for us to quit. Don't say goodbye, this can't be it. Baby, please, 'cause it's not worth it. Don't tell me you
Woo!
want
That is
all of this.
blinding.
Don't say it's time
Oh
for
no.
us to quit. Don't say goodbye, this can't be it.
I don't like this one either. Hmm? Mm. Oh, I'm blind.
Wise, 15 years with you. Want to get a $200 bonus to your account
Oh,
and make transfers of up to
YouTube can just
$500 with
embarrass
zero
you
fees?
like, girl, you don't have premium.
Hello, you're on the Wise.
In the middle of a song, just like advert blown out. I can't see. This is embarrassing. I left my glasses at work. Now I have to use my other glasses, but these ones are for outside. We outside. But it doesn't matter. I'll rock them anyway so that I can see and work and not get fired.
It's the only explanation to the question at hand. Like years pain gone away in a single day.
Oh gosh. Oh, emails.
Nothing that
I do not like doing emails. Lord, give me strength.
you make me feel inside. I'm so glad you're mine. Oh, it's John, Angel, Lucky, and my friend, my love, my one. He is the my heart, a kiss on my lips, my love, my one. They could take away the moon, my fortune and fame.
Excuse me.
But as long as you stay here with me, I would be okay. I look at you and I see me, just reflections of the love that made me. I'm so glad you wanna be mine. Yeah. My angel, lucky, beat in my heart. Yes, he is. He's the one. My sun, my shine, my love, my life, yes, everything. Gotta love it, gotta give it to you. I'm a woman, but you baby, it's so much more. I wanna take it fast, but I wanna take it slow. And I really do. Kiss on my lips, my lover, he is just angel and my friend. Oh, he is big in my heart. So my love, my one, he is the beat in my heart, the kiss on my lips, my love, my one, he is.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Memory lane. Hey, hey.
I know that it's late.
It's early though, but it's fine.
I shouldn't be so into you. It's just that tonight I am so taken, I'm falling for you. And when I look in your eyes, I can see a million possibilities. And I know you ain't leaving me soon. Come a little bit closer and behold you, baby. I will be good to you and make that try.
What is my goal for today? Let's say 27. Eh,
Know that I've been missing you, wishing you closer. Oh, 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 oh. So let's make the most of these moments together. We'll never forget. It's breaking my heart 'cause I know that tomorrow you'll bring miles away. And I catch myself wanting so much more.
Good morning. You're speaking to Rose. How may I assist you today? I am well, thank you, sir. How are you? How can I help you? Hmm. 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 So you worked yesterday. Can I just confirm which client did you work for, and what is your name first of all? Don't worry about the message. What is your name and surname firstly? Okay. And what is the client's name? Oh, okay, sure. Let me just check. Please hold for me. Okay. So thank you for holding. I do see Sean Osler. Yes. No, don't worry. It might not show on your side, but it is showing on our side. Just wait for the app. It might be that it is just delayed, but you should be able to see it later on. Don't worry, just wait for it. There's nothing to rectify. Just wait for the app to show your details. It's just delayed. No worries at all. Thank you so much, sir. Have a lovely day. Thank you. You too. All right, bye. Ugh, back to Brandy. Oh, we can try.
So if you're feeling it, maybe I don't know how. I will never get over you. Because you open my eyes to the stuff that's inside. Oh, baby, baby, don't ever leave me. Let me hold you, baby. I will be good to you. We can try to make it last. You're doing my life. Don't be crazy. I need you here with me. We can
Hey. Oh wow. The song went through without an advert. I think YouTube is starting to like me.
Oh, I believe in us. Tell me, what are you thinking? Why can't we make it? Why would you say those things to me? You're trying to break this. Just
so sad. Do I have a jeans on? Oof, this looks messy.
No more sitting at home waiting for you to come home. No more like crying out loud. Somebody new. No more late night phone calls. Don't even bother. When I was there for you, you took me for granted. Now he loves me. When I don't want it, you love me. He's always thinking of me. He's nothing like you at all. I don't know why I stayed with you for so long. I should have known. He's nothing like you at all. That's why I say, wow, never felt love so good. Look up and my world is breaking down now. There's no more breathing. That's not serious now. Every day I wear a smile. In the night when the clouds are gone, I only see the sun. Now that he's here and all of my hurt is gone. Every night he's hugging me. I feel like inside a movie, but his love is all real to me. He's here. I finally found someone that I can call my own. Now that I'm not with you, you want me to come back. Now he loves me. When I wanted you on me, he's always thinking of me. He's nothing like you at all. I don't know why I stayed with you for so long. I know I should have been gone. Oh, I know that there's nothing like you at all. That's why I say wow. It looks so good. I look up in my heart. There's no more rain. That's what's here and every day I wear a smile.
Every day I wear a
Even
smile.
when my life clouds are gone, I only see the sun. Oh, wow. Never felt love so good. The world is no everything. There's no more memories. Every day I wear a smile. He came to my life, but he came in. I only see the sun. No more trouble since you came into my life. I'm so for you. You're the reason why I am so happy, baby. You and me together is like my fantasy. Please make us happy. So thank you for being my love. This praise change my life. No more babies, no more babies. Every day I wear a smile. In my life, the clouds are gone. I only see the sun. Oh, so good. And the world is brighter now. There's no more rainy clouds here and now. Every day I wear a smile.
What did I do? No, nothing. I did not intend to do that. Please. Excuse me. Don't even know what I did. Ugh. IT is a very important skill to learn because now I'm doing things that I do not mean to do. And that's annoying. Okay, I guess Brandy was tired of me. Anybody out there? Anybody alive out there? Jack! So weird. What can I listen to?
Here's the reality. Your college degree took 4 years and $100,000. AI skill? I release, I receive, and I rise. I release the weight of yesterday. I receive fresh strength, and I rise into purpose. I release doubt. I receive trust, and I rise with courage. I release fear. I receive calm, and I rise with focus. I release old patterns. I receive healthy change, and I rise into alignment. I release what no longer serves me. I receive what uplifts me, and I rise with power. I release control. I receive direction, and I rise with clarity. I release hesitation. I receive momentum, and I rise with intention. I release comparison. I receive confidence, and I rise in my truth. I release the past. I receive presence, and I rise with purpose. I release worry. I receive reassurance, and I rise with faith. I release pressure. I receive support, and I rise with ease. I release limits. I receive growth, and I rise with vision. I release tension. I receive harmony, and I rise with strength.
Hold that again.
I release confusion. I receive direction, and I rise with focus. release overthinking. I receive trust, and I rise in peace of mind. I release regret. I receive wisdom, and I rise with gracefulness. I release distraction. I receive presence, and I rise with clarity. I release resistance. I receive flow, and I rise with confidence. I release doubt. I receive knowing, and I rise with assurance. I release stress. I receive calm energy, and I rise with awareness. I release the pressure to be perfect. I receive freedom, and I rise just as I am. I release the fear of failure. I receive new chances, and I rise in my power. I release old stories. I receive new beginnings, and I rise with excitement. I release hesitation. I receive alignment, and I rise in full presence. I release what dims my spirit. I receive what lifts my soul, and I rise into the light of my truth. I let go of old weight. I am open to calm blessings, and I rise into steady joy. I release the past gently. I receive the present fully, and I rise into the beauty of my life right now.
Thank you for calling. It's Fancy Rose. How may I assist you? Hi, good morning. How are you? Hi there. How can I help you today? Mm-hmm. What time did you arrive at the booking? Um, can I have your worker ID, please? What is your worker ID for Subsol? Okay. Let me know when you have it. Can you confirm your phone number that's registered to your account? Yes. No, okay, 0602, yeah? Yeah. 47. And you said your name, Tinashe? Okay. Let me try to get in contact. So are you saying you did speak to us earlier and you try to get in contact with the client? Okay, let me just quickly find out. I'll find out for you and then I'll call you back, okay? No worries. Okay, bye for now. Who did you speak to? You see, I can't even tell those things. Send. Okay. Email sent. All right. Hi, Tinashe. This is Rose again. So I see my colleague did try to call the client to let them know you have arrived, but it ringed to voicemail. They also send them an email to no response. So it's okay. You can just go home, and we'll have to just cancel this booking for you. Okay? No worries at all. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye. Thank you.
I am free to move forward with lightness, with peace, and with purpose. I receive each new day as a gift, and I rise with gratitude in my heart. I release tension from my body. I welcome ease into my being, and I rise with strength and softness.
What is this? Painful, untouched, damaged.
I breathe out the noise. I breathe in clarity, and I rise with grounded faith. I release outdated stories, and I step into the joy of who I am becoming. I am open to calm connections, fresh beginnings, and rising peace. I let go of chasing, and I receive the flow of what's meant for me. I rise with hope, and I am rooted in the freedom of a clear mind. I release fear, I receive trust, and I rise with courage. I let my body relax, I allow my heart to open, and I allow my spirit to lift. I receive this moment with full presence, and I rise into alignment. I no longer carry what isn't mine. I rise lighter, freer, and truer. I welcome simple joys, and I let them fill my life.
Let me send this to you.
I receive my life as it is, and I rise with deeper acceptance. I release control. I am open to grace, and I rise in trust. I am safe to rest. I am ready to receive, and I am willing to rise in my new life. I am releasing force. I am receiving flow, and I am rising with joy. I release the weight of perfection, and I rise in peace with who I am. I receive clarity through my stillness, and I rise with intention. I release old energy. I welcome new energy with open arms, and I rise renewed. I release the rush. I receive the moment, and I rise in mindful presence. I let go of old resistance, and I rise with trust in the flow of life. I receive each breath as an invitation to begin again. I release what no longer fits, and I rise into my true expression. I am free to welcome joy in ways that feel real to me. I receive love with ease, and I rise with warmth in my heart. I let go of the need to improve, and I rise, anchored in the truth that I am enough.
What is a guest host?
I am open to blessings that match the peace I've made within me. I release the noise in my life. I receive the peace that I am waiting for, and I rise with clarity. I let myself feel fully, and I rise with deeper compassion. I receive the beauty of small things, and I rise with gratitude. I no longer hold what drains me, and I rise lighter each day. I release the old pace, and I rise with steady calm. I am open to life unfolding gently and joyfully. I let go of overthinking, and I rise with clear purpose. I receive the fullness of this season, and I rise in sync with its grace.
What is the bugging?
I release what kept me small, and I rise into the space I was meant for. I allow new blessings to reach me with ease and with kindness. I release the pressure to rush, and I rise at the pace of my soul. I welcome support. I invite harmony, and I rise with a light heart. I trust the clearing in my life. I trust everything that is blooming, and I trust my ascension.
Ascension, my rise.
I receive life with open hands, and I rise with an open heart. I am no longer bound by old fears. I rise with bold peace. I release resistance, and I rise into the flow that carries me forward. I receive what aligns. I release what constrains, and I rise in my own way. I release the weight of yesterday, and I rise into the freshness of today. I receive calm like a wave, and I rise steady in my spirit. I let go of overthinking, and I rise with gentle focus. I am free to rewrite my story and rise as the version I choose. I receive what nurtures me, and I rise rooted in self-love. I let go of doubt, and I rise anchored in quiet certainty. I release comparisons, and I rise in my own rhythm. I receive the magic of the present, and I rise with open wonder. I allow myself to be supported, and I rise held by grace. I am free from old tension, and I rise with relaxed strength. I release urgency, and I rise with patience in my own pace. I receive the sweetness of this season, and I rise in harmony. I let go of what isn't mine, and I rise with clean energy. I receive inspiration gently, and I rise with new and great ideas.
It's 26.
I let go of what no longer serves me, and I open space for what feels right.
I could charge it here.
I release past versions of myself, and I step into who I am becoming. I receive love with an open heart, and I carry it gently. I free myself from overthinking, and I lean into simplicity. I release fear of the unknown, and I step forward with inner trust. I welcome healing where I once held tension.
Is it charging?
Support with gratitude, and I allow it to guide me.
It's charging. Yay!
I release comparison, and I celebrate the path that I am walking. I breathe in presence, and I exhale the past.
Stop taking meeting notes and let ClickUp AI Note Taker do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings, not your notes. It captures everything, from action items to key decisions. And after every call, you get a clear summary. But where it really goes to the next level is that it's the only AI note taker that connects your meetings to the rest of your work. So stop stressing about taking notes and get the AI note taker that works for you. Get ClickUp AI Note Taker for your next meeting.
Running breaks your joints. Tai Chi builds them back. After 50.
Do you know the difference between someone who truly changes their life and someone who lives trapped in the endless cycle of starting something and giving up days later? It's not willpower. It's not motivation. It's not discipline.
Some
It's something much
motivation
deeper that no one tells you.
for my
You know that person who makes the same
weight
New Year's
loss
resolution every
journey
year? This year I'm going to
people.
change. And then that person signs up for the gym in January, buys a bunch of self-help books, downloads productivity apps, starts a restrictive diet.
Yep,
And
so
in
that's
March, it's exactly in the same place as always, or worse. Why? Because this person is trying to build a house starting with the roof. I'm going to tell you the story of a guy named Nolan. Nolan was 19 years old, and his life was falling apart without him realizing it. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't lazy by nature. He was just doing what most young people do today, living on autopilot. Parties every weekend, drinking, drugs, cigarettes, women, sleeping in late. No perspective, no plan. And his life was actually good that way, as long as he had no responsibilities. But reality has a cruel way of knocking on your door when you least expect it. And when it knocked on Nolan's door, it didn't knock gently. In fact, reality kicked the door down. Nolan was graduating from high school. He took the college entrance exam and got a terrible score. He wouldn't get a sports scholarship because he wasn't skilled in any sport. And to make matters worse, his father got sick and couldn't work anymore. His mother had just had a baby. Suddenly, the boy who used to wake up at noon to smoke with his friends realized, shit, I need to support my family. He tried to change, I swear he tried. He put together an ambitious study
I swear
plan.
he tried.
He was going to
I
study
swear
6
I've
hours a
been
day.
trying.
He was going to wake up at 5 a.m. to train. He was going to look for a job. He was going to become a different person. Do you know how long it lasted? 3 days. On the 4th day, he couldn't concentrate for more than 10 minutes. His brain was addicted to cheap dopamine. His body was addicted to alcohol and drugs. His mind was used to zero discipline. He discovered in the worst possible way that he had no internal structure, no system, no foundation. What you're about to discover in this video goes against the culture of rapid transformation. Because what changed Nolan's life wasn't a 30-day plan. It wasn't a 90-day challenge. It wasn't simple motivation. It's a system that combines ancient Japanese concepts with the science of habit formation, a system that James Clear explains in his book Atomic Habits, but which only truly works when you understand the philosophies behind it. Before I show you exactly how this system works and how it saved Nolan's life, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. What is the habit you most want to build in your life? It could be anything. Waking up early, studying every day, stopping procrastinating, working out, reading more, anything. Write it down
Everything.
below, because when you declare it publicly, you
I
transform
want
a
it
vague wish into a
all.
real commitment. I read most
I
of
want
the
to work
comments,
out
and I'm
more.
genuinely happy
I want
when
to
I see you
read what I
applying
need
what
to
we teach
read,
here
my
and getting real
Bible, my
results.
motivational
By the way, this
things,
video is long,
my
over 30
school
minutes,
things,
because I don't just want to
everything.
give you superficial information.
I
I want you to deeply
want to stop
understand how to build
procrastinating.
habits
That
that
is the
never
worst
break.
thing ever.
So grab a coffee,
Because now
get
I keep
comfortable,
looking back and
and
I'm like,
let's go.
whoa, so many years
Chapter
have
1.
passed
The
and
Boy with No Future.
got done
Nolan
nothing.
grew up in a small town in the American Midwest, one of those towns where everyone knows everyone, where there's not much to do besides go to the convenience store, drive aimlessly, and meet up with friends for drinks. He wasn't a troubled kid. He didn't fight, he didn't steal, he didn't do anything illegal besides using marijuana occasionally. But he was nothing either. He had no passion for anything, he had no
That
dreams, he
is
had
so
no
sad.
plans. He simply existed.
Mm.
High school was like that. Average grades, average friends, average life. And that was okay,
Oh God.
because he didn't have to pay bills. He didn't have to worry about rent, food, groceries. The parents took care.
Oh, this thing is triggering me. I'm listening to it, but it's really triggering me. You know, when you are listening to a sermon at church, and like the pastor is talking to you, like, bruh, do you know me from somewhere? Or lady, can you stop, please? Like, it's touching me in a very painful but needed way, so that I can stop. It's really hard to be grown because you have to now be your own parent. Your parents can't be around you all the time. And when they are around you and they try to parent you, you're like, excuse me, I am a grown woman, okay? Or I am a grown man. You cannot tell me what to do, or you can't, you know? You have a sense of, I have my own will now, I'm grown. But then when you have to parent your own self and do what you don't want to do, then it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I was still a child and my mom would just take care of everything. It's not easy to be grown, guys. I wish I could tell these kids who are still playing and going to school to enjoy each and every moment, because it can be taken away at any time by growing up. Then you don't have time to play, you don't have time for your friends, you don't have money, so many things. But we still are grateful and appreciate, you know. And that's one thing I definitely am grateful and appreciative of life and everything that comes with it. Anyway, back to the wisdom. The
Changes their life,
painful wisdom.
and someone who lives trapped in the endless cycle of starting something and giving up days later. It's not willpower, it's not motivation, it's not discipline. It's something much deeper that no one tells you. You know that person who makes the same New Year's resolution every year? This year I'm going to change. And then that person signs up for the gym in January, buys a bunch of self-help books, downloads productivity apps, starts a restrictive diet. And in March, it's exactly in the same place as always, or worse. Why? Because this person is trying to build a house starting with the roof. I'm going to tell you the story of a guy named Nolan. Nolan was 19 years old, and his life was falling apart without him realizing it. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't lazy by nature. He was just doing what most young people do today, living on autopilot. Parties every weekend, drinking, drugs, cigarettes, women, sleeping in late. No perspective, no plan. And his life was actually good that way, as long as he had no responsibilities. But reality has a cruel way of knocking on your door when you least expect it. And when it knocked on Nolan's door, it didn't knock gently. In fact, reality kicked the door down. Nolan was graduating from high school. He took the college entrance exam and got a terrible score. He wouldn't get a sports scholarship because he wasn't skilled in any sport. And to make matters worse, his father got sick and couldn't work anymore. His mother had just had a baby. Suddenly, the boy who used to wake up at noon to smoke with his friends realized, shit, I need to support my family. He tried to change, I swear he tried. He put together an ambitious study plan. He was going to study 6 hours a day. He was going to wake up at 5 a.m. to train. He was going to look for a job. He was going to become a different person. Do you know how long it lasted? 3 days. On the fourth day,
Not
he
even
couldn't
3
concentrate
weeks.
for more than 10 minutes. His brain was addicted to cheap dopamine. His body was addicted
How
to alcohol
sadly
and
I can
drugs.
relate.
His mind was used to zero discipline. He discovered in the worst possible way that he had no internal structure, no system, no foundation.
Yeah.
What you're about to discover in this video goes against the culture of rapid transformation. Because what changed Nolan's life wasn't a 30-day plan. It wasn't a 90-day challenge. It wasn't simple motivation. It's a system that combines ancient Japanese concepts with the modern science of habit formation. A system that James Clear explains in his book Atomic Habits, but which only truly works when you understand the philosophies behind it. Before I show you exactly how this system works and how it saved Nolan's life, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. What is the habit you most want to build in your
Like,
life? It could be anything.
subscribe.
Waking up early,
Yes.
studying every day,
Studying every
stopping
day.
procrastinating,
Yeah.
working out, reading more, anything. Write it down below, because when you declare it publicly, you
I
transform a vague
declare.
wish into a real commitment. I read most of the comments, and I'm genuinely
I've
happy
declared.
when I see you applying what we teach here and getting real results. By the way, this video is long, over 30 minutes, because I don't just want to give you superficial information. I want you to deeply understand how to build habits that never break. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's go. Chapter 1.
Grab
The
my
Boy with
coffee.
No
I'm
Future.
comfortable.
Nolan grew up in a small town in the American Midwest, one of those towns where everyone knows everyone, where there's not much to do besides go to the convenience store, drive aimlessly, and meet up with friends for drinks. He wasn't a troubled kid. He didn't fight, he didn't steal, he didn't do anything illegal besides using marijuana occasionally. But he was nothing either. He had no passion for anything, he had no dreams, he had no plans. He simply existed. High school was like that. Average grades, average friends, average life. And that was okay, because he didn't have to pay bills. He didn't have to worry about rent, food, groceries. The parents took care of everything. So his life was simple. Wake up, go to school when he went, go out with friends at night, drink, smoke, hook up with some girls, stay up late, repeat the same routine. Weekend, party, Monday, hangover, Tuesday, getting back to normal, Wednesday, already planning the next party. He was good at it. Good at doing nothing. Good at living in the moment. Good at not thinking about the future. Until the future came knocking. The final year of high school was drawing to a close. The career counselor called Nolan in for a chat. Nolan, have you thought about what you're going to do after you graduate? He shrugged. I don't know. Get a job, maybe. And college? I don't have money for college. You might be able to get a scholarship. Did you take the entrance exam? He had done it, more out of pressure from his parents than out of his own volition. And the grade? Horrible. It wasn't even close to the minimum for an academic scholarship. And what about a sports scholarship? The advisor tried. Nolan almost laughed. He didn't play any sports. He was out of shape. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a week. I couldn't run 500 meters without getting out of breath. Look, Nolan, the counselor said in that tone of someone who'd seen 1,000 boys like him. If you don't do something now, you're going to be stuck in this town working minimum wage jobs for the rest of your life. Is that what you want? It wasn't, but he didn't know what he wanted either. Then he simply said, I'll think about it. And he left the room without thinking about anything. 2 weeks later, Nolan's father had a heart attack. It wasn't serious enough to kill him, but it was serious enough to change everything. The father worked as a machine operator in a factory. Hard work, 12-hour shifts, a salary that barely supported the family. After the heart attack, the doctor was clear. You can no longer do heavy physical work. Your heart can't handle it. Nolan's father tried to return to work 2 weeks later, but his body couldn't handle it. He was fired, and suddenly, Nolan's house no longer had a fixed rent. The mother had just had a baby, a tiny, premature girl who needed constant care. The mother couldn't work, at least not for the next few months. Nolan's younger brother was 12 years old. He was still in school.
Yo, how old
Who's
is
left?
Nolan, son?
Nolan, the 19-year-old boy who lacked the discipline to
19.
study for 30 minutes, who lacked the willpower to wake up before noon, who had no plan,
So
no
many
skills,
obstacles for
no
a
structure.
19-year-old.
This boy now needed to support a family.
I need
The
to
first
grow
thing
up.
Nolan did was panic. The second was denying reality.
Shame, man.
Dad will get better. He'll go back to work. It won't be so bad.
No.
The third step was finally accepting. I need to change now. He grabbed a notebook and did what everyone
It's so
does when
sad
they
how
want to change their
sometimes
life.
we will
He
wait
put together an
for
ambitious and
the
completely
obstacles to be so,
unrealistic
like
plan. Nolan's transformation
yeah,
plan.
to have so many
Wake up at
obstacles,
5
and then you're like,
a.m.
oh,
every day.
I need
Run
to
5
do
kilometers
things
before
now.
breakfast.
That's not
Study
good.
6 hours a day to retake the entrance exam. Work out in the afternoon. Look for a job. Quit smoking. Quit drinking. Stop hanging out with friends. Stop using drugs. Go to bed at 10 p.m. He looked at the plan and thought, okay, I'll start tomorrow.
It's so
Tomorrow has
overwhelming,
arrived.
though.
He set his alarm for 5 a.m. The alarm rang. He hit snooze. He woke up at 11 a.m. Okay, he thought, I'll wake up tomorrow. The next day, the same thing happened. On the third day, he even managed to wake up at 6 a.m. He put on his running shoes. He opened the door. He looked out at the dark, cold street, and he went back to bed. In the first week, he had broken all the promises he had made to himself. And you know what's worse?
Guilty.
He realized something terrifying. He couldn't concentrate. He sat down to study. He opened the book. He read a page. His brain began to wander. He picked up his cell phone, just to check something quickly. 3 hours later,
Don't
he
we
was
all
still on
do
his cell
that?
phone. He tried
Like,
again.
I'm just gonna
5
go on my
minutes of
phone for
focus.
2 seconds,
His brain
and then
craving
it's 2 hours
dopamine.
later
He
on
opened
TikTok.
Instagram. He opened YouTube. He opened anything that would give him that quick hit of satisfaction. He tried to run. He literally couldn't run 500 meters. His body was so out of shape, his lungs so damaged by cigarettes, that he had to stop bent over, hands on his knees, coughing as if he were going to die. It was there that Nolan had the most terrifying moment of his life. I have no discipline whatsoever. I can't do anything. I'm a failure. Chapter 2. The video that changed everything. Nolan was lying in bed on a Tuesday afternoon. He should have been looking for a job. He should have been studying. But he was on YouTube watching random videos. The algorithm is strange sometimes. You're watching comedy videos and suddenly a video about
Something
Japanese
else
philosophy
pops up.
pops up.
Yeah.
The video title was Kaizen, How the Japanese Build Habits That Last Forever. Nolan almost scrolled past it, but something about that title made him click. The video began by telling the story of a guy who lost 50 kilos not by going on a radical diet, but by applying a concept called Kaizen, continuous improvement of 1% per day. And the guy in the video said something that struck Nolan. The problem isn't that you lack discipline. The problem is that you're trying to build a Ferrari when you don't even have a license to drive a Volkswagen Beetle. You're trying to change your entire life at once, and your brain is rejecting it because it's too much change, too fast, too much pressure. But what
Oh,
if
my
instead of
colleagues
trying
are
to change
funny.
everything, you change just one thing, the smallest thing possible, so small that you can't use an excuse not to do it? Nolan paused the video. Could that be it? Was he failing because he was trying to change everything at once? He rewound the video and watched it again, and again, and again. The guy in the video explained, Kaizen isn't about being perfect. It's about being 1% better than yesterday. And if you improve 1% every day for a year, you don't improve 365%. You improve 3,778%, because of the cumulative effect.
Compound.
But the part that really got to Nolan was when the guy said, forget the 30-day plan, forget the 90-day transformation. You don't need a plan, you need a system. And a system starts with such a small action that you can't fail. Nolan picked up his cell phone and started researching more about Kaizen. And that's when he found the book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Nolan didn't have the money to buy the book, so he downloaded a PDF version and he began to read. The book's premise hit him like a sledgehammer. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Nolan had goals, several, but he had no system. The book explained, habits aren't about having or not having willpower. They're about environmental design, triggers, and identity. And he had a concept that made everything make sense. Keystone habits, or angular habits. These are the habits that, when you implement them, automatically facilitate other habits. It's like the first domino that knocks down all the others. For example, if you start working out in the morning, you automatically wake up earlier, eat better because you don't want to waste your workout, go to bed earlier because you're tired, drink more water, and feel more confident. One habit leads to another. But you can't start with 10 habits at once. You start with one, the smallest one possible. Nolan closed the PDF and thought, what's the smallest habit I can build right now? Waking up at 5 a.m.? No, that's still too difficult. Run 5 km? No. Impossible in his physical condition. Studying for 6 hours? No way, my brain can't handle it. So which one? He remembered the video. The guy was talking about starting with something ridiculously simple. And that's when Nolan decided, I'm going to read 5 pages of this book every day, just 5 pages, before I go to sleep. 5 pages. Any idiot can read 5 pages.
Did you just call me an
It
idiot?
wasn't impressive. It wasn't motivating, but it was possible. And Nolan learned something that day that changed everything. Possible is more powerful than perfect. Chapter 3. The first 14 days. Nolan didn't tell anyone about his plan because it wasn't a plan. It was just reading 5 pages before bed. Night 1. He read the 5 pages. After reading, he felt kind of silly. Like, is that all? I haven't changed anything in my life. Night 2, read it again, 5 pages. Night 3, she almost forgot. She was almost asleep when she remembered. She got up, grabbed her phone, and read the 5 pages.
Wait, Nolan is a girl
Night 7,
now?
he read the 5 pages and didn't want to stop. He read 3 more. But then he stopped, because the rule was 5. And if he broke the rule on the first success, the system would collapse. In the book, James Clear explains, the trick is not to read more, it's to maintain consistency. Because consistency builds identity. On the 10th day, Nolan realized something. He was looking forward to reading time. Not because the book was exciting, but because it was the only commitment he had kept to himself in years. For the first time, he was proving to himself, I can keep a
Hi,
promise.
Foster Ray.
By the 14th day,
Are
he
you
had read
taking
70 pages,
a survey?
and I had
What do you
learned several
mean?
concepts that were beginning to make sense. Concepts from the book,
Are you referring
Atomic
to
Habits.
the
Habits don't change who you are.
title that
They
I wrote
reveal who
on
you
this
Every habit has
live?
4 stages. Trigger, craving,
But the
response,
answer is
reward.
no, there's no
To
survey.
create
I
a
was
good
just
habit,
trying
make it
to
obvious, make it appealing,
connect
make it
basically
easy,
and maybe
make
get
it satisfying.
some advice for
Never miss 2
me.
days
I'm
in a
trying
row.
to lose weight
If you fail one
and I've
day,
been
come back
failing.
the
So
next day.
even if you can hear from
But
what
there
I'm
was one
listening to,
concept that
it's
really blew
helping
his
me
mind.
to
You don't need to be the person you want to be. You just need
stay
to prove to
motivated
yourself
in a
that
way.
that person exists. And you prove it with small,
Girl,
repeated actions.
your is fine and I
Nolan
won't
had
even
spent
lie.
19 years proving
Thank
himself to
you,
be an
boo.
undisciplined person.
I
Now
am
he was
from South
proving the opposite,
Africa,
1 page at a time.
Cape
And that's
Town
when he
to be
decided to
exact.
add the second
Where are you
habit.
from?
But not a random habit. He had learned about
My
keystone
nails.
habits.
Oh,
He
thank
needed to be
you.
strategic.
Thank you. I did them
What was the
myself. It's
habit
not
that,
like
if he
professional,
implemented it, would
but
make other
yeah,
habits
thank you so
easier?
much. I appreciate
Movement. If he started moving in the morning, his brain would wake up.
that.
If his brain woke
Where
up,
are
he
you
would
from?
be able to study better. If he could study better, he would have a better chance of passing the exam. If he passed the
Yeah, I
exam,
like
he would
this one
get a
as well.
scholarship.
So I saw this
If he got a
color from my
scholarship,
friend,
he could
my
change
colleague
his
rather.
family's life.
And I was like, I
It all
need to
started
get
with
that. And
movement.
then when I got
But
to the
remember, he
pharmacy
couldn't run
clicks,
500
to
meters,
be
so he applied
exact,
Kaizen
it was on
again.
special.
What
I'm
was
like,
the simplest
give me
possible
the
move?
re. I took
To
all of
walk.
them.
Do not
It
walk 5
is.
kilometers. Do not walk for 1 hour. Walking from the front door to the mailbox
I
and back.
am
It was
Nigerian.
literally
Come to
100 meters,
Lagos. I will
there and back.
gladly take
200
care of
meters in
you,
total.
sweet lady.
Anyone can walk
You want me
200
to come
meters.
to
So
Lagos?
his routine became
That is
wake
far.
up, walk to the mailbox,
That is
and
like
come back.
north
At night,
of
read
Africa,
5
and I am in
pages before bed.
south
2
of
habits,
Africa.
small,
So
possible,
we are
consistent.
too far
And something
apart.
started to happen.
And it's never really
Chapter 4.
safe for a woman
Employment in the
to
warehouse.
travel. A
On the
woman has to
21st day,
stay
Nolan was walking
comfortable
to the
at home,
mailbox
then
when his
you
neighbor, Mr.
come to
Patterson,
South
was leaving for
Africa.
work. Nolan, you're awake before 7
I was
a.m.?
born in
Is
Italy,
the world
though,
going to
West
end?
Africa.
Nolan laughed. I'm trying to change, Mr. Patterson.
Wait, I thought
Change?
Nigeria was
How?
north.
I started walking
I'm
in the
sorry.
morning.
So
Simple
is it
thing.
Egypt then? Oh,
Mr.
I'm
Patterson
embarrassing
looked at him with a
myself. I'm
strange
sorry.
look. Not of judgment, of
Okay.
respect.
Why did you leave
That's
Italy,
good,
though?
kid. Consistency builds character.
Thank you so
Nolan was
much, because
leaving,
I've been
but
saying
Mr.
north,
Patterson
north.
called out, "Hey,
I'm
you looking for
embarrassed,
a
but
job?"
thank you for correcting me.
I am.
Next time I'll know what to
I work
say.
at a building materials depot. We
Yeah,
need someone
West
for the
Africa.
afternoon
Now I
shift. It
know.
doesn't pay much, but it's a start. Do you want me to talk to my boss? Nolan could hardly believe it.
Wait, and then
Seriously?
what
Man,
about
that would be
Kenya
amazing.
and
Stop by
Uganda?
tomorrow at
Are
2
they
a.m. Tell them
East
you're a friend of mine. The next day, Nolan went
Africa?
to the warehouse. He got the job.
If
Shift
you
from
know
2 a.m. to 10
geography,
p.m.
please help
Minimum
me.
wage.
I need it.
Hard work, carrying boxes, organizing stock, serving customers. But it was money.
Can you please take
Money that
your
the family
glasses?
desperately
Can I
needed.
get a
The first
360?
day
You
was
can't get a
good.
360. I
Wasn't
can take
just
off my
physical work.
glasses and you will see how
At the end of
tired
his
I
shift, his
am.
back ached,
But
his
I'm
arms ached,
using
his legs
this
ached.
because I
He
have to
arrived home
work,
at 10:30 a.m.
and I
very
forgot my
tired,
glasses at
very
work.
tired. And then
These
he
are
remembered.
also like
Shit, all 5 pages.
subscriptions from my
He read in the
doctor,
morning.
but I normally
No,
wear them when I
that he
go
read in
out.
the afternoon.
But they're
No,
helping me now
it was
to
already
read
11 p.m.
because I
exhausted.
can't really
The
see
voice in
when
my
I
head
have
said,
to work.
"Skip
So
today.
yeah,
You worked all day.
these are my
You
eyes,
deserve a
very
rest."
tired, but yeah.
But then he remembered something he had read in the book. Never lose 2 days in a row. One lost day is an accident.
Thank you
2
so
lost days are the
much,
beginning of a new habit.
Forster.
He got up.
I
He
really
picked up his
appreciate
cell
that.
phone.
Thank you, my
He read
darling.
the 5 pages. He fell asleep.
I'm
The
sure you
next
are
day, he
very
woke up and walked to
beautiful
the
or
mailbox.
handsome too. I'm not sure
His
if you're a
body
man or a
ached.
woman or a
He
girl
didn't
or
want
a
to get out
boy,
of bed.
but
He
whoever
waited.
you are, I'm
He
sure
walked.
you're a beautiful
He came
soul.
back.
Thank you so much.
And it was there that
Let me
Nolan
go back to
understood
work.
something profound. Discipline isn't about doing something when you want to.
Yeah,
Discipline is about doing it especially when you don't want to. Chapter
not
5.
as yet. We're just
Kaizen
waiting for
applied to
God
exercise. After a month
to
working in the warehouse and
bless
maintaining
your
his 2
girl.
habits, walking in the
I've
morning
never
and
been
reading 5
married,
pages at night, Nolan had
but
read 150 pages of the
I'm
book.
scared of
One of
marriage,
the things the book taught was
to be
habit
honest.
stacking. Habit stacking is when you
I would
connect a new
love
habit
it,
to a
but
habit
it's
you already do.
scary concept.
Example, after I walk to the mailbox,
A lot of
I'm going to do
people
5 push-ups.
get
Nolan thought,
hurt,
okay, I'll try.
and other people are so
Day 1 of
happy, so you
push-ups.
don't know
He
whether
tried to
to
do 5
be
push-ups. He managed 2.5. His body was too weak.
excited for
But he
it or
reminded them,
scared of it,
Kaizen,
but I wouldn't
1%
mind it.
improvement.
I don't know.
If he couldn't do 5 normal push-ups, he was going to do 5 knee push-ups. Day 2, 5 knee bends. Day 10, 5 knee bends, plus 1 regular bend. Day 20, 5 normal push-ups. Day 30, 5 regular push-ups after walking
How
to the
about you?
mailbox.
Have you ever been
The
married?
body was changing, not
How old
drastically,
are you?
but it
Why are you
was
asking
changing.
this type
And
of
Nolan
questions? Are you
realized
a
that the walk to the
lady? Are you
mailbox
a
wasn't enough
man?
anymore. His
How
body was
young or
asking
old
for
are
more.
you? And
So he
have you ever
applied
been married
Kaizen
before?
again. Instead of just walking to the mailbox, he would walk to the corner, another 200 meters. A week later, to the other corner, another 300 meters. After 2 months, he was walking 2 kilometers every morning. And you know what's crazy?
Mhm.
He wasn't forcing himself. His body naturally wanted more, because he had started so small that his brain couldn't resist, and now the habit was ingrained. James Clear calls this the 2-minute rule. Any habit can be broken down into a 2-minute version. Want to start reading more? Read a page. Want to start meditating? Meditate for 1 minute. Want to start working out? Do 1 push-up. The magic isn't in the quantity, it's in showing up. Because when you show up, you prove to your brain, I'm the kind of person who does this, and identity is everything. Chapter 6. Mentoring. 3 months after starting his job at the warehouse, Nolan had saved $600. He was still reading the book, he was still walking every morning, he was still doing push-ups, and he had added one more habit, studying for 30 minutes a day to retake the entrance exam. 30 minutes, not 6 hours as he had originally planned. 30 minutes, because he could do it in 30 minutes. 30 minutes wasn't scary. 30 minutes was possible. And you know what happened? After studying for 30 minutes a day for 60 days straight, his brain started to change. The concentration he hadn't had in years was returning. He could focus for 30 minutes without picking up his cell phone, sometimes even longer. One day he was on YouTube and saw that the guy in the Kaizen video had an online mentorship program. The price? $500. Nolan looked at his bank account. He had $600. If he spent $500, he would only have $100 left. But he thought, if I keep doing what I've always done, I'll stay the same person I've always been. I need to invest in myself. He bought the mentorship. The mentorship program was an online platform with various videos, exercises, and a community. The mentor, a guy named Marcus, was the same one from the video that had changed Nolan's life. The first video of the mentorship program was an introduction.
I didn't
Welcome.
receive my payment.
You have
yet
just made the
for
most important decision of your
13th
life.
January.
Not because you bought this mentorship program,
Well,
but because you
okay,
decided to
so-
invest in yourself. Now let me tell you something. This mentorship isn't going to give you motivation. Motivation is garbage. Motivation lasts 3 days. What I'm going to give you is a system. A system based on Japanese philosophies that have existed for centuries, combined with modern science of habit formation. You already know Kaizen, but Kaizen is just the beginning. There are other philosophies that, when combined, create a virtually foolproof system. Nolan was
I'm
glued
getting
to
a
the screen.
call. Where is this thing? Thank you for calling Subsol. He's speaking to Rose. How can I assist? Hi there, you speaking to Rose? How may I help you? You speaking to Rose? Yes, ma'am. How can I help you today? Okay. What do you mean? How is she heavily pregnant? Is she because you can still work if you are pregnant. You can still work, ma'am, if you are pregnant, until you decide to take maternity leave. So the Star is an independent contractor. They choose which areas they would like to work. So she decided for that area to be a part of her profile because she is comfortable. We don't assign any areas to them, they assign the areas to themselves. You are not liable. She will have to go to the hospital. Yes, ma'am. You are not liable. We will help her. All right, ma'am. Have a lovely day. Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Other people are so unnecessary. But we have to do our work and be grateful. Don't forget to be grateful.
He was still reading the book Atomic Habits. He was still walking every morning. He was still doing push-ups. And he had added one more habit, studying for 30 minutes a day to retake the entrance exam. 30 minutes. Not 6 hours as he had originally planned. 30 minutes. Because he could do it in 30 minutes. 30 minutes wasn't scary. 30 minutes was possible. And you know what happened? After studying for 30 minutes a day for 60 days straight, his brain started to change. The concentration he hadn't had in years was returning. He could focus for 30 minutes without picking up his cell phone,
Oh,
sometimes
I
even
forgot
longer.
to love this.
One day he was on YouTube and saw that the guy in the Kaizen video had an online mentorship program. The price, $500. Nolan looked at his bank account. He had $600. If he spent $500, he would only have $100 left. But he thought, if I keep doing what I've always done, I'll stay the same person I've always been. I need to invest in myself. He bought the mentorship. The mentorship program was an online platform with various videos, exercises, and a community. The mentor, a guy named Marcus, was the same one from the video that had changed Nolan's life. The first video of the mentorship program was an introduction. Welcome. You have just made the most important decision of your life. Not because you bought this mentorship program, but because you decided to invest in yourself. Now let me tell you something. This mentorship isn't going to give you motivation. Motivation is garbage. Motivation lasts 3 days. What I'm going to give you is a system based on Japanese philosophies that have existed for centuries, combined with modern science of habit formation. You already know Kaizen, but Kaizen is just the beginning. There are other philosophies that, when combined, create a virtually foolproof system. Nolan was glued to the screen. The first philosophy I want to teach you is Shoshin, beginner's mind. Shoshin is the idea of maintaining the humility and curiosity of someone who is always learning, of never thinking you already know everything, of always being open to growth. The problem with many people who try to build habits is that they create a rigid identity. I'm the type of person who wakes up at 5 a.m. And then, on the day they wake up at 6 a.m., they think they've failed, that they're not that person anymore. But with Shoshin, you understand, you are always learning, you are always adapting. You are not defined by a perfect day or an imperfect day. You are defined by your willingness to keep learning. Nolan paused the video. That made so much sense. How many times had he given up because he'd had a bad day? How many times had he broken his diet and thought, since I've already failed, I'll just eat everything? He had been trapped in an all-or-nothing mentality, perfection or failure. There was no middle ground. But with Shoshin, there was. You could fail and still be a learner. You could stumble and still be on the path. Marcus continued. The next philosophy is Gammon, worthy perseverance. James Clear teaches you how to make habits easy, environmental design, facilitation, and that's important. But there are times in life when the environment won't be perfect, when you'll be tired, when you'll want to give up. That's where Gammon comes in. Gammon is the ability to endure discomfort with dignity, to do what needs to be done even when it's not easy. Clear constructs the external system. Gammon is the internal system.
Oh,
Nolan was writing everything
let's
down.
make it
Marcus continued. The third philosophy is
that
Shuhari,
one.
the 3 stages of mastery. Shu, you follow the rules. Ha, you break the rules. Ri, you transcend the rules. In the beginning, you need to follow the system to the letter. Don't question it, don't adapt it. Just follow it because you're learning the fundamentals. Then, once you've mastered the fundamentals, you adapt. You see what works for you and what doesn't. You break the rules intelligently. And in the end, you transcend. The system becomes second nature. You no longer need to think about it, you simply are. That blew Nolan's mind. He was at the Shu stage, following the rules, walking every day, reading every day, studying every day. And that was fine. He didn't need to adapt yet, he just needed to follow. Marcus continued. The fourth philosophy is Ichigo Ichi, this once-in-a-lifetime moment. This is one of the most beautiful. Ichigo Ichi teaches you to treat each moment as unique and precious, because it is, you'll never have this exact moment again. This morning's walk? It will never happen exactly like this again. This workout? One of a kind. This page you're about to read? One of a kind. When you internalize Ichigo Ichi, you stop doing things automatically. You begin to be present. And presence is what transforms repetition into ritual. Nolan felt something breaking inside him. He had spent 19 years living on autopilot, never present, never conscious. And now he was learning to be present, one moment at a time. Marcus continued. The fifth philosophy is wabi-sabi, beauty in imperfection. You will fail. You will have bad days. You will break your streak. And when that happens, wabi-sabi reminds you, imperfection is part of the journey. Beauty is not in perfection. It's in accepting imperfection and having the courage to continue anyway. James Clear teaches you, never lose 2 days in a row. Wabi-sabi teaches you, when you lose a day,
Oh no.
don't hate yourself. Just come back. That resonated deeply with Nolan, because he had spent his whole life hating himself for not being perfect. And now he was learning that he didn't need to be. Marcus concluded the video. Now you have the 5 philosophies. Kaizen gives you the method. Shoshin gives you humility. Gama you have a virtually foolproof system. Not because you'll never fail, but because even when you fail, you have the tools to get back up. Nolan closed his laptop and stared at the ceiling for about 10 minutes. Everything made sense now. Everything connected. Chapter 7. The First Great Fall. 6 months after starting the journey, Nolan was transformed. He had read Atomic Habits in its entirety. He had read 3 other books. He was studying 1 hour a day. He had started with 30 minutes and naturally increased it. He was walking 3 kilometers every morning. He had quit smoking. He had drastically reduced his alcohol consumption. His body was different. He wasn't an athlete. He was healthy, strong. His mind was different. He could concentrate for hours. I could say no to distractions. And the family was doing better. He was contributing financially. The father was undergoing treatment. The mother was able to return to work part-time. Everything was going well. And that's when life dropped a bomb. Nolan's younger brother Jake had a bicycle accident. He broke his leg. He needed surgery. The hospital bill? $8,000. The family did not have adequate health insurance. The father had not yet returned to work. The mother worked part-time. All the money Nolan had saved in the last 6 months won $200. It wasn't nearly enough. They had to take out a loan, and even then, it didn't cover everything. Nolan had to take extra shifts at the warehouse. He started working from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then he would take a half-day shift from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. doing cleaning. He was working 13 hours a day, and his system collapsed. He couldn't wake up in the morning to go for a walk. He slept 4 hours a night. He was exhausted. He stopped studying. He stopped reading. He stopped doing push-ups. She started smoking again. She started drinking again. She went back to ordering fast food because she didn't have time to cook. In 2 weeks, he had lost 6 months of progress. And the worst part, he knew it. He saw it happening, but he was too tired to care. One night, he was lying in bed at 4 a.m., needing to wake up in 3 hours for work. He couldn't sleep. His head was spinning. He picked up his phone and logged into the mentoring platform. There was a question and answer section. He wrote, "I failed. I broke the whole system. I don't know if I can come back." Marcus's reply came the next day. "Nolan, I want you to watch this specific video. It's about wabi-sabi and gamantur." Nolan opened the video. Marcus was sitting in a Japanese garden. He began, "If you're watching this video, you probably fell, and not just a little fall, a big fall. And now you hate yourself, thinking you've lost all the progress, thinking you're back to square one. But let me tell you a secret. You didn't go back to square one. You never go back to square one. Because progress isn't linear. Progress is a spiral. Sometimes you go back, but you go back at a different level. You already have months of experience. You know you're capable of maintaining habits, you've proven it to yourself. That proof doesn't disappear just because you had a bad month. Now, here's what you're going to do. Choose the smallest habit you broke, the easiest one to get back into, and do only that one. Forget all the others. One habit, the smallest one, just to prove you can still do it. Nolan paused the video and thought, which habit was the easiest to get back into? Read 5 pages before bed. He could be dead tired. He could have had 13 hours of work under his belt. But 5 pages, he could do it. That night he read the 5 pages. The following night, he read it again. On the third day, he woke up 10 minutes earlier and walked to the mailbox. Just that far. Not 3 kilometers, only 200 meters. On the fourth day, he did 5 push-ups. And something happened. He returned. He wasn't doing everything he used to do, but he was doing something, and something is infinitely better than nothing. Chapter 8. The Discovery of Ikigai. 2 months after the fall, Nolan had resumed most of his habits. Not with the same intensity as before, but he was getting back to them. And he realized something. Why was he doing all this? At first, it was out of necessity. I needed to support my family. I needed to change my life. But now what? What was the... In the mentorship program, there was a module on Ikigai. He hadn't watched it yet. He decided to watch it. Marcus began the video. Ikigai is perhaps the most important Japanese philosophy of all, because without Ikigai, nothing else matters. Ikigai means reason for living. It's your purpose, what makes you get up in the morning. But Ikigai isn't just about following your dreams or doing what you love. It's much deeper than that. Ikigai, in the Western sense, lies at the intersection of 4 questions. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? What can you be paid for? If you find something that answers these 4 questions, you've found your Ikigai in the Western sense, which is more focused on the professional aspect. Marcus continued. But here's the part nobody tells you. Ikigai in the Eastern sense is much deeper. Your Ikigai doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be changing the world or curing cancer. It can be something simple. It can be taking care of your family. It can be doing a good job. It can be being there for the people you love. What matters is that it's genuine, that it comes from within you. Nolan paused the video and picked up a notebook. He wrote down the 4 questions. What do I love? I love my family. I love my brother. I love seeing my parents proud of me. What am I good at? I'm getting good at being consistent, at showing up every day, at not giving up. What does the world need? The world needs people who don't give up, who keep going even when it's difficult. What can I be paid for? I don't know yet, but I'm building skills. I'm studying. I'm becoming someone valuable. He looked at the answers and something clicked. His Ikigai wasn't about getting rich or being famous. His Ikigai was about being the kind of man his family could count on, the kind who showed up, the kind who didn't give up, that when life got tough, and it would, he would be there, strong, present, reliable. That was the purpose. And when he internalized that, everything changed. Because now he wasn't walking in the morning to lose weight or to be healthy. He was walking because reliable men take care of themselves. I wasn't studying to pass the exam. I was studying because men whose families can rely on invest in themselves. I wasn't working 13 hours because I had to. I was working because the men present do what is necessary. Motivation changes. This doesn't. When Nolan
Hi, good
understood.
morning. How are
He had spent
you?
6 months building habits, but only now was he building an identity. Chapter 9. The Examination. A year after starting his journey, Nolan retook the college entrance exam. He had studied for 1 hour a day for 10 months, not every day. There were weeks when he only managed to study for 3 days, but over 10 months, he had accumulated more than 250 hours of study. And 250 hours is a lot when you really concentrate. He took the exam. He left without knowing if he had done well or badly. It's impossible to know. 3 weeks later, the result arrived. He opened the envelope with a trembling hand. It happened. He didn't get the highest grade in the world, but he got a high enough score to get a partial scholarship. 50% off the monthly fee. I would still need to pay the other half, but it was infinitely better than nothing. He showed it to his parents. His mother cried. His father hugged him and said, "I always knew you could do it." Nolan almost laughed. "Dad, you spent 18 years watching me do nothing. How did you always know?" The father smiled. "Because I saw when you started waking up early, when you started walking, and I thought, that's not the boy I know, that's a different man." Nolan felt something breaking in his chest, breaking with emotion. For the first time in his life, he was proud of himself. Chapter 10: The University and the New System. Nolan started college, business administration. It wasn't the most glamorous course, but it was practical. It would give him the skills to get a decent job. And he applied everything he had learned. First week of class, he didn't try to be the perfect student. He didn't try to study 8 hours a day. He applied Kaizen. Study each subject for 30 minutes a day. That's all, consistently. While the other students studied frantically before exams, Nolan studied for 30 minutes every day. And when the exam came, he was prepared. He continued working in the warehouse, but he reduced his hours. "Now I worked 6 hours a day instead of 13. He continued walking in the morning. Now 5 kilometers. He continued reading. Now 20 pages a day. He started with 5. After 2 years, he naturally reached 20. And he understood something profound. You don't need discipline when you become an identity. He was no longer a guy trying to wake up early. He was a guy who wakes up early. He was no longer a guy trying to study. He was a guy who studies. Because when it's about identity, you don't need to convince yourself. You simply do it because it's who you are. Chapter 11: The College Group. In college, Nolan made friends with a few guys. One of them, Tyler, was just like Nolan 2 years earlier. Partying, drinking, procrastination. One day, Tyler saw Nolan waking up at 6 a.m. to go for a walk before class. "Dude, how do you do that? I can't even wake up for my 10 a.m. class." Nolan laughed. "Tyler, I couldn't do it 2 years ago either." "So what has changed?" "I stopped trying to be perfect. I started trying to be consistent." "Like this?" Nolan sat down next to him. "Do you really want to know? Because it's not a 2-minute answer." "I want." And Nolan told his story. He talked about his sick father, about his brother's accident, about having to support his family, about failing miserably when he tried to change everything at once. He talked about Kaizen, about starting with 5 pages, about only walking as far as the mailbox. He talked about James Clear and atomic habits, about environmental design, triggers, and identity. He talked about Japanese philosophies, Shoshin, Gaman, Shuhari, Ichigo Ichie, Wabi-sabi, and Ikigai. Tyler was silent for a while. Then he said, "Man, this is a lot. How do I even begin?" "Choose one thing, the smallest thing possible. Do it every day for 2 weeks, that's all." "Like what?" "I don't know. Do you want to wake up earlier? Then wake up 30 minutes earlier tomorrow, just 30 minutes. Don't try to wake up at 6 a.m. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. And then what? Then you do this for 14 days. And on the 15th day, you add one more thing. But one thing at a time.